Hello and welcome back to Just a Little Bit. And Just a Little Bit is just what it is. It's just a little bit of news and information from several black sources within the black diaspora. And this week's Just a Little Bit, coming to you live from Destination Sis Trunk, a part of Broward County Culture Division and Greater Fort Lauderdale Convention and Visitors Bureau, we have news that you can use. There's a $5,000 reward. It's sad, though, for any information on anybody who has been involved with the death, the shooting, the drive-by shooting of young 6-year-old Cassidy Sanders. It's sad, man. We got to stop doing this to our babies and our brothers and sisters. We really have to take a look at what we're doing. We're killing each other. Aside from the COVID that's really devastating us, we ourselves are doing more harm than the COVID is. So brothers and sisters, let's stop this killing. There's another interesting story. In the governor runoffs, a discussion about black women involved in that. And brothers, we need to applaud our black women. We know, black men know that black women have been the backbone, the backbone to our existence. Yeah, we lead, but they're the backbone. You got people like Stacey Abrams and Miss Lance Bottoms. Look at Georgia and what took place there. We need to create this map and follow it all over the country. Another thing, the NNPA, the National Newspaper Publishers Association, every morning at 7:30 gives you news from the black perspective. And on this great inauguration, they're going to be going live. The Black Press of America will be live for the first time, covering this inauguration from the start to the finish. So let's give a hand to the NNPA and all that they're doing. Stacey Brown and Dr. Benjamin Chavis and every member of the National Newspaper Publishers Association, the Black Press of America, soldiers without a sword. The Black Church, this is our story. It's a documentary that will be airing real soon. Another interesting story in the West Side Gazette. And remember, the black press is the voice of black America. 40 on the 40. 40 on the 40 is 40 seconds on the history, faith, strength, and endurance of black people. We implore you to find out more about these historians. Now I'm going to cross the water a little bit and jump over to England. Did you know that England has had 2 black queens? That's right, 2. The first one being Queen Philippa of Hainaut. Check her out. And the other one is Queen Sophia Charlotte. Those are 2 black queens in England. And if it's history that pertains to us, it is black history. It's indeed a pleasure to do this every week. And on this particular part of Just a Little Bit, it's growing our voices. This is the segment where we get a chance to talk to the young people, to listen to them and hear what they have to say. And we are so glad to have this opportunity. I've been trying to get this young lady to get involved with the West Side Gazette for a long time. But we're so happy to have Kerenza Holder. Jay is a 12-year-old. She's a musician and a photographer. Let us welcome Jay to the stage, please. Cause you're beautiful, that was beautiful. Thank you. And there you have it, live. Thank you. Jay, how long have I been trying to get you to get involved with the West Side Gazette?
We met when I was about 6, so I want to say about 4 or 3 years.
It's been a long time, it certainly has. But now I see that you're growing and you're doing things. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm in 7th grade, and I started in my school's band program when I was in 6th grade. I played the clarinet in the symphonic band, and I'm also pretty good at taking pictures. Pretty good at photography, especially with the moon and the sun. I have a very good way of capturing the way the sun glints over water and other things.
Uh-huh.
So I guess that's pretty much all.
No. There's more to you than that, but we'll take that for the start. Now, you also have a business. Is that correct?
Yes, a website where I sell my photography, and I also have I also have my Instagram. You can follow it at Kerenza, where I do my music.
You do. Okay, tell us some more about that music. Then I see you like that.
I'm when I first got my clarinet, my band teacher, he didn't really teach us much like right off the ball, so I had to pretty much teach myself. I started out playing a bit of Beethoven, Ode to Joy, basically, and then I started going into more jazzy pieces like Read It Up, Santa Baby. I put my own little twist on I'll Be Home for Christmas.
You should have had your clarinet here so we could hear that.
I do.
You got it with you now?
Not currently, but it's right over outside.
Okay, keep going.
And I'm also really good at playing things off of ear because I have two pieces of music that I can play off of ear. You might recognize the first one, "We Are One" by Frankie Beverly and Maze, and then there's this other song called "Beautiful," which I think has a really good message in the chorus.
Jay, I am you have always amazed me. Yeah, I mean your intellect, your knowledge of certain things. We had a political discussion at one point, and you were much younger then, but I was impressed then. Now let me ask you, how did Jay become Jay, or is becoming Jay?
Well, I always wanted to be the best through competition because I guess I just grew up with that because of the atmosphere I was around, because everyone was always trying to, I want to say, belittle me. So I always tried to be the best. And now I'm trying to be the best, but my way. Because from what I've seen, Kamala Harris being the main role model, she's the best in her political field, and Rosa Parks was the best in her field. So I want to be the best in my field.
Wow. If we were to right now put you in a field, what would be that field?
Music.
Who's your favorite musician?
There's this trumpet player. She has her pink trumpet. Her name is Sydney Bradley. Yeah, and I really like her.
What is it about Sydney you like that's catching to you? There has to be something. You're so remarkable. What is it about her?
Her style of music is, well, in my opinion, it's really good, and it's something I can get work done to. And it's also, she's unique. Like, anyone can learn how to play the trumpet, but she decided to make her trumpet different and make it hot pink. And I like that because she decided not just to be an ordinary trumpet player, but one with a pink trumpet that no one could miss. And the sound that, again, no one could miss. And she makes her song titles unique. She'll have song titles like Reminisce or Exhale or Wind Chill Factor. And I like that.
I dare not say that. I'm sitting next to a prodigy. I'm sitting next to the next whatever, and I'm proud to be sitting next to you. How can a person? What's your email address? Your Facebook page? That Twitter page? How can they get to you? Because I want to see your photography also, as well as hear you play.
Well, if you want to see my photography, I have a website. It's called jkerenza.com, where you can purchase my photography. And then if you want to listen to my music, I have an Instagram, which is @jkerenza. Or you could pretty much Well, you could actually call my manager slash my mom slash monitor and at 954-336-7041.
Now, is there anything we missed that you might want to tell the audience?
Well, there's a lot of stuff happening, and it seems very discouraging. I'm not going to list certain things, and it seems like you're bigger than this authority figure. Again, not going to mention, everyone will know what I'm talking about. And like everyone that is aligned with him, they do crazy things. And you seem like there's no way to counteract that crazy. Like it's just too big. In light of recent events happened 2 weeks ago on a certain date, not going to mention. But just know that you can combat that crazy. I mean, all it takes is a little thing. And also, there are all those people out there that will try to belittle you and tell you that you're like nothing but this, maybe even roast you all the time, and maybe a new thing. I don't know if it's out there or not, if there's a new thing to roast, but they do a lot of them. Eventually, just do one back, and then keep showing them that you're better.
Wow. J. Kerenza Holder, it is indeed a pleasure for me to have this conversation with you, and I'm looking to a whole lot more. Can we make that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. And we're going to find out a little bit more about Tayina Deravile. Very, very astute young lady. She holds a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology from the University of Central Florida. She has a master's degree in mental health counseling at Nova Southeastern University. Well, I better not get too involved with that because I might need a little help in understanding my mental capacity. Join me in welcoming Miss Deravile to the stage, would you? Yeah. Miss Deravile, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I am doing well myself. You shared something with me concerning your name.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that, would you please? It's
Absolutely.
so beautiful.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So my name is after the indigenous people of Haiti and the Caribbean as well, the Tayina people. My parents are from Haiti. I'm a Haitian American, first generation Haitian American. And so...
Sapase.
Nabule.
Hey.
And so Tayina is a woman, indigenous, just a Tayina woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, just a little bit. I marveled at how Black Americans learn how to revolt from the brothers from Haiti, you know, and that just always amazed me. And here you are, a mental health person. Help me to understand that, would you please?
Well, you know, separation. They didn't want the enslaved peoples of the Americas to, you know, team up and to feel as though what the enslaved people of Haiti were doing was right. You know what I mean? So they do anything they can to separate us as a diaspora.
I did that. And you got me back.
They do it on purpose. Separation is better. If once we come together and we group up, it's scary in numbers. Yeah. So, you know, for a very long period of time, Haitians weren't cool. You know, they used to, it's always about voodoo this, voodoo that. And it's funny because now we see hip hop trying to talk about Zoes this and, you know, I'm cool with the Haitians and stuff like that. And it wasn't until in the 90s when the Fugees came and Wyclef came that Haitians started to be considered to be cool or part of the counterculture in American music and TV and stuff like that.
Yeah, we got hoodwinked. We were fooled. We believed what they said.
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah.
Sorry, they did that with Africans too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It was a long time. We used to think about how Africa was, and we were like, oh, you know, they're not developed, and they told us all these lies. But
All right, cool. Now let's get back here to this director of arts administration and this community engagement over at Fat Village. What's happening down there? What you doing?
Yeah, so a little bit of everything. I work in the nonprofit world, so it's a small organization. So I wear a lot of hats. I do social media, PR, communications, customer service, executive assistant work. And then I am also the director of arts programming and basically the chief curator there as well. So I'm managing the galleries at Fat Village.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, by the way of mental health counseling. So
they would stay sick over there? You had to help them?
We're all sick, but no. Basically, during my graduate school program, I started working at the NSU Art Museum in a federal work study program. And while I was there, I kind of fell in love with the contemporary art world and I was working in membership. So I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. And one of my professors at that time gave a lecture about, and her name, Dr. Dormizile Neal, she's also a Haitian. Shout out Dormizile Neal if you're watching this. And she was talking about how you could take your career, you don't have to necessarily do therapy. And I fell in love with that because, long story short, it's a lot of work that needs to be done in the mental health sphere. As we talk about healthcare, we talk about biases within, doctors and doctors' offices and just those systems. Same things are happening in the mental health environment as well. So, not to say I chickened out, but I kind of explored other options that I felt I could be more helpful in. Especially because there aren't a lot of Black women in arts administration. There's not a lot of Black people in arts administration. These institutions are historically white. And if we think about just the history of art and how art has been attained and what it's a lot of oppressors, right? Going into countries and taking things that not them, stuff. Right? Yeah. So the environment is very white-based, which is, the reality of it. So taking up space for me is a big part of my purpose.
But when I was reading about your bio and stuff, and I was saying to myself, art and therapy, I was thinking about, scratching on paper and just trying to get my feelings out, and
Yes.
what does do you do that type of therapy?
No.
You don't. Okay.
Yeah. So personally, I'll be writing and I can do a little doodle if I want to get into that. But no, I'm not an art therapist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there are people like that who are certified.
I know. I don't want to deal with them because I might draw something.
It'd be like they would look into your soul.
Yeah. What's up with that man?
They would say, "Oh, okay, this color I know. I know." They'll say, "Okay, I see."
Miss Tayina.
Exactly.
Okay. What else? How can we get involved with you? What can we do to find you? What can we
Absolutely. Do? So, I do have social media, but it's on a more personal level. I know people like to take this social media and do this whole business thing. And when I grew up, social media was for us to post pictures of us going to the park. And so, maybe my LinkedIn. How about that? That's real,
That's fine. That's fine.
So it's my name, Tayina Deravile. Tayina Deravile. Follow Fat Village. We talked about Fat Village. It's an arts district over here, right east on Sistrunk, and it's an arts inclusive environment. And you could follow Fat Village. That would be great. FAT. It stands for Flagler Arts and Technology Village. And, you can look on the website there. We have community events every month, the last Saturdays of every month. With COVID, obviously, we haven't been doing that.
Okay, we have some history over there. We have, aside from not being allowed to cross the tracks.
Exactly.
Then when we were allowed to cross the track, my granddaughter participated in the program over there.
Yeah.
And this great piece of art. She constructed this great piece of art. So
Oh, that's beautiful.
So we have Ty in there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Where's she at, Dillard?
No. She's at home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, her dad and mom are teachers.
Oh, wow.
But she's virtually educated.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. Yeah. It's COVID.
You get me. We got to come back and talk some more.
Absolutely. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm down the street.
Okay, I am going to visit down there.
I'm no Grace. She got my number.
Yes.
We can communicate.
Yes. Let me say that name again from the Haitian Indian.
So, Tayina.
Taino.
They're the indigenous people of the Caribbean.
Okay, all the Caribbean.
Yeah, Puerto Ricans be like, oh, you know the Taino Indians?
Oh.
Every time I say my name, yeah. But they're also here. They were here in Florida. The land that we occupy is Seminole land, and also it's by the water is Taino land.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for educating me.
You're welcome.
And I mean that.
You're welcome.
Come back.
Absolutely. I told you.
I got you. You can't run.
Oh, I won't.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okie dokie.
Take care.
As we continue to do just a little bit, in this segment, the Sankofa moment. Sankofa, again, is the Twa word, which means to go back to the past in order to move forward. It's a Twa word from Ghana, and it means to fetch, to take. Sharing with us today is author, educator, entertainer, a friend, a person who knows how to engage in a lot of entertaining aspects, but they are all knowledgeable. So please welcome to the stage Mr. Charles Jackson. Yeah. Okay, Mr. CJ the storyteller. What's happening, man?
Life.
Okay.
Good life.
Okay. Come on, share some of that with us. You and I had a nice conversation today,
Well, I got 6 kids. They all grown, taking care of themselves. Thank God they all love me. I love them. I'm married. And I'm entering the second phase of my career. As you know, I started out, my side business was clowning. And I've been doing that for 30 years. But I reinvented myself to a CJ storyteller. And I'm doing that because with the book that I wrote, it ties in better. And it's more of a market for it. So I'm excited about that because it's a whole new world.
Yeah. So, Charles, let's back up a minute. Your family has historical roots in Broward County, Fort Lauderdale. I remember your grandfather, Mr. Peanut Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the McCormick sisters. So give us a little bit about that, man, your family.
Well, my granddad, he stayed right over here by Christie Stove, down the street from Lincoln Park Elementary. In later life, he was known as the Peanut Man. He would drive a little truck, peanuts. And they good peanuts.
Yeah.
And he passed on now, but he was one of the pioneers here in Fort Lauderdale. He started a sanitation business, doing so well that the other people got mad, and they broke it up. But he still had the entrepreneurship spirit. Plus, he had 18 kids.
I know, man. Charles, I remember your family, man. They live behind us. I say us, but my aunt and them, they live on 20th, and we used to always be over there. I remember your family, man. I remember the hard-working, I think his name was Simon, what was your grandfather's name was?
Solomon Williams.
Mr. Williams. Yeah, I remember hardworking guy. Okay, now I do know that you've written books.
Yes.
I do know that you in your storytelling you have different facets. Balloon time and come on, man.
Well, doing 30 years doing a professional clown, and one thing I pride myself is nobody will ask for their money back. So that says something about the quality of service I do, which I got from my dad. Like you is one of the greatest editors published I know, because you learned from your dad, and they taught us excellence. And so I took those skills, and pretty soon I'll be able to go full time for myself. That's one of my desires. See, my dad, Charles L. Jackson Sr., he only had a 6th grade education, but he had a drive, and he had his own concrete business for 12 years. Yeah. And me and my brothers, cousins, some people in the community worked for him. And like your dad, he laid a foundation for excellence. And like I said, I pride myself on nobody ever asked for their money back in all the years that I was doing it part-time, because I worked for the school board over 30 years there. And I want to give a shout out to one of the greatest teachers I know. And his name is Deacon Henry Lunkins. He goes to the New Mount Olive Baptist Church. When I entered his class, I was in the 8th grade. I was a CDF student. But because of his inspiration and his concern, I left out his class an A student. And to this very day, I'm still an A student. Because during the COVID, I know it's a lot of tragedy, but I finished my BA.
Congratulations.
And I thank God. When I started back in the 70s.
I remember, you know, and that's that perseverance, that stick-to-itness.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Okay.
The scripture said this way, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the works of the Lord. Or they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. So I'm like,
don't stop preaching up in here, man. You're going to have church up here, man. That's what you do. I know what you do. But that's a blessing, man. Okay, what new adventure are you working on now?
Well, I'm working on a documentary. Okay. The idea came to me, and I presented it to you, and we talked about it. And I just went on and started following through it. I think that was about 4 months ago, we talked about it. And I learned in life that a lot of times you can look at the big picture, but it takes small steps to get there. So if you got a dream or aspiration and you want to do something, just start somewhere. You got to start. So I'm about a third way through this documentary that I'm doing. It's called the 6th Street Connection. Talking about Old Providence, which is a story in itself, and the changes that has taken place and how this community has been gentrified, but all the good stories of people. The Adams, the Christies, Henrys, the people who grew up around 6th Street that made life what it is, the doctors, you know, the different doctors, Dr. Shirley, and the dentist, Dr. Mary. As a matter of fact, some of those buildings are still there. And thank God, who knows, maybe one day I'll be able to buy one.
There you go, claim it. Okay, now, I know you played that ukulele, that thing that.
Yeah, I still play the ukulele.
What else are you good at playing that thing?
I'm best at the harmonica.
You got your harmonica with you, man?
Yes, I do.
Would you mind entertaining us just a little bit?
Of course.
You know, Charles and I go way back.
Good people.
Yeah.
The Henry family.
Wow, man. Thank you, Charles.
Thank you, Bobby.
No.
You was a blessing. You and your family is a blessing to this community. Sometimes we don't know the treasures we have, but you and your family is a treasure.
Thank you, bro. God bless you, man.
Thank you.
Wow, what a very exciting evening. You know, today was kind of rough for me. I met a young lady. A 4-year-old young lady who has been battling cancer all her life. She passed this morning. She was going to be an awardee at our 50th anniversary. So Alea, God bless you. May you rest in peace. Bless your family. When you really get down to it and want to know what life is all about, it's about living it and loving the people you're with. Just a Little Bit is brought to you in part by Destination Sis Trunk, Broward County Cultural Division, and Greater Fort Lauderdale Convention and Visitors Bureau. Destination Sis Trunk is a door to explore Black history and heritage in Greater Fort Lauderdale. For more information, please visit www.destinationsistrunk.com. And remember, it's all good in the hood.